want to talk about episode 7.
Oh, yeah.
Benito, when first crafting the series, did you initially envision a going home episode?
Yeah, definitely. I think it was thinking of these like pillars, I think in my head and what felt like hopefully would be in everyone else's of like these big moments in college. And I just remember the night before Thanksgiving when you go home, like that being such a thing.
My babies! Dad, why didn't you tell me they're here? I love you, I love you, I love you. And you must be Carmen. Come here, girl.
I think knowing that we were going to have parents that we wanted to eventually have like a big story arc with, because coming out obviously is your family's going to get involved at some point. I kind of knew it had to happen, and it was so much fun to write. I loved making that episode. Oh my God.
So many incredible guest stars this season, but Lukas Gage as Sammy really stands out.
Wow, yeah,
Benito, can you talk about casting him in the pivotal role?
That was so easy. We're friends. And I saw him as that character, and I was like, will you come and be an Idaho football player with me? And he's like, duh. And he came and was there for a couple days. And I feel like, you know, I just felt so comfortable with him, and he knew what we were trying to do and say in those scenes. And they were really hard to do and really hard to perform. But he is so fantastic and open, and yeah, I loved doing those scenes with Lukas. He's incredible and
he's so talented and so
really
skilled.
Is.
Yeah,
we had so much fun.
College hasn't been good. Caught feelings for this straight guy.
It was the worst experience of your life.
By a mile.
Yeah, no, I've been there.
I think about you all the time.
I loved being at the bar. It was like all of us, and yeah, I feel like anytime, you know, you're at work, you're on these sets all the time. Like I had just done a bunch of scenes just in my dorm room over and over again. So then we kind of had this like week to do the Thanksgiving episode and have these guest stars, and it just felt like new energy. And you're just like, oh my God, like this show, you know, I think allowing the show to get outside of the campus, but still feel like that time in your life was a challenge for everyone in the room. And we were writing, but I think in the end, I think it stands out. I really love that one.
Speaking of fun at the bar, Wally, Mary Beth Duran's rendition of Welcome to the Bar.
so good. I told her at the time, I was like, this might be the most I've ever vibrated on set. It was like electric. Her level of commitment was, I mean, it was insane, especially because, you know, you're filming it to like, to a silent set of extras, and she really just gave it her all. It was unbelievable. I wish I could give that experience to everyone, at least everyone that's a part of the show, because it really stands out as one of my favorite performances to observe. It's so good.
Benito, that conversation between Benny and his mom is really special at the end of the episode, where she tells him sincerely that he doesn't need to be perfect.
It makes me think of the rock that Aunt Linda gave me last year that says perfection is boring. You know that, right? You know you don't need to be perfect, right?
In that moment, do you think she knows that he's gay? Can you talk about that scene?
I want to leave it slightly open to interpretation, but I do think I know my answer a little bit of, I think that there is something of these women in the show having all of these things going on in their lives and all of these changes, but they create like these safe moments and safe spaces where it's the same thing that Carmen creates in the Domino's parking lot for him, or, you know, in the 5th episode at this Halloween party. Like she creates that moment. And I think that is what Connie is doing in that scene and Catherine is doing in that scene. And I think, yeah, Benny is tiptoeing towards it. And I think she's allowing for that, I think, if that is what he wants to say. But I do think that no matter what, there's something about gay boys and their moms where they're kind of like, well, is there something else you want to tell me? But that can kind of extend to anything. So in this moment, I'm like, I think there's so much more to play of what she thinks he would say in that moment? Is it more about school? And I think that's also the confusion for Benny. It's like, oh, I might do this, but this might be like too big for you. Like you have to almost say it out loud. Like, ask me if I'm gay or else I can't say it. But that scene, oh my God, Connie Britton is a titan and is unbelievable. We had met like 2 days and then all of a sudden we're in this scene and I felt so comfortable and just like, oh my God, I just literally got in the car after and just fucking sobbed for like 30 minutes and I had to call my mom. I was just like, it was the craziest day on set ever. And I'm so lucky.